Are you caught in the hidden trap that affects parents and entrepreneurs everywhere? This video digs into that trap from the parent's point of view, as that's where I can help you the most. When you become a parent, I'm sorry to say there's no instruction manual given to parents. I distinctly remember looking at my oldest son in the hospital thinking, what on earth do I do next? Well, that's nothing compared to raising a neurodiverse child. Raising a neurodiverse child is exhausting yet rewarding, and you often feel like an explorer out on the uncharted seas, trying to figure out what to do next and struggling to survive. So let's see what this trap is all about and figure out if you're stuck or not. There are two main types of people who are at risk of falling into the hidden trap that looms over your head. Mainly entrepreneurs who are hustling to get their profile raised and start generating income with their business, and also parents of neurodiverse children. Neurodiverse kids have it pretty tough at schools, especially if they are in the mainstream, and the parents really have to fight for any sort of support, resources, or understanding for their child. This is especially the case if your child is diagnosed later in life, as is the case with my son. Living this way and fighting the system can lead directly to burnout for many parents, as it did for myself. It's this fight for survival that leads directly into the trap that I'm talking about. You're probably wondering by now what on earth I'm talking about with all this talk of a trap. Well, that's where I'd like to introduce you to the fight mentality trap. So what is it? The fight mentality is the constant state of defense that you find yourself in, which creates a vicious cycle of stress and struggle, locking your nervous system into fight, flight, or freeze mode, indeed the most primitive form of operation for our bodies. The key to escaping it is to shift your focus away from the fight and onto collaboration and growth for all involved. This directly shifts the energy dynamics surrounding your child, resulting in them feeling less stress overflow from you and the situation that they're in. So I'm all sure you've heard that stress is bad for you, and you can indeed feel it yourself in your own body. But what is the physical toll of the fight mentality? Chronic stress becomes one of your most faithful life partners. It triggers a continuous flow of cortisol into your bloodstream, resulting in mental and physical health issues for you and creating a tense home environment for your entire family. This unfortunately has a domino effect of dysregulating your child, making their symptoms worse and leaving you with low or even worse no energy left to keep going for them. So we've looked at the physical toll of the fight mentality trap, but what about the energetic side of things? You having low energy is one thing, but did you know it's contagious in the same way that laughter is? Your child and the rest of your family can pick up on it, and before you know it, you're all feeling drained and exhausted. Feelings of helplessness, exhaustion, and fear for the future act like a magnet and attract more of the same to you. So has the trap got you? Let's find out. If this all sounds familiar, you may be trapped already. So let's figure out if you are or not so you can learn the first steps to escape. The steps to identifying if you're stuck in the fight mentality aren't hard. It just takes asking yourself these 7 questions and some brutal honesty with yourself. First question, do you get tension headaches regularly? Are your shoulders and neck constantly tense? Do you dread communication with school? Do you get frustrated easily? Do you hear the words I'll never give up or I'm fighting for my child coming out of your mouth consistently? Do you feel defensive whenever anyone brings up the topic of your child? And finally, do you feel alone and isolated? If you answered yes to most of these questions, then you are stuck for the moment. Good news is now you know that you can work on your escape plan. It's not a quick escape that I'm talking about, and it will need a shift in your thinking. You're going to have to do something unusual for you, which is putting yourself first for once. Self-care is not selfish. Indeed, it's absolutely crucial to your escape and is important for your family's well-being too. After all, what's going to happen to them if anything should happen to you? So there's really only one practical step towards escape. You need to shift your perspective to escape the fight mentality trap. But how? First, you want to focus on the positives in your life. List 3 things that you're grateful for. Don't forget to count the little things. Small wins show up in different ways and leave a positive impact on your heart and spirit. Next, you're going to create a relaxation routine. This doesn't have to be much, just plain a self-care exercise once a day. It can be a short walk, a couple of minutes of deep breathing, a little extra time in the shower, or a warm bath. Third, you're going to commit to doing this every day for a week, then review it to see what worked well with your child and what needs to be adjusted for the benefit of you and your family. Once you've gone through a whole week of looking after yourself a little as well, take a look back and see what worked the best for your family and yourself. After all, this is a continuous improvement project. Implement the things that went well and remove the things that didn't work. Literally, implement, review and repeat. As time goes by, your mindset will naturally shift to a more collaborative viewpoint, freeing you from the fight mentality trap. Simply put, change your mind to free your mind. It's not something that you will see on the outside, but internally you'll find that you don't have the same apprehensive feeling in your stomach when you get calls from school. You're not going into the board meetings anywhere near as often, and you really do feel a whole lot lighter. Please like and subscribe if you found this video at all helpful. I'm going to be digging further into the hidden trap that we've covered today, and we'll be looking at ways to actually fully dismantle it from the inside out. Thanks for your time and attention. Have a fabulous day.